Let's compare where we are in our lesson to the finished product. Notice in our working file, the index.html page, we have an image that's at an 8.4 on a large. Extra large, it's a 9.3, and then below a large, below that, it's going to stack. But let's look at our final, or at least the finished part of this lesson. We have one image, and we're going to put some text next to it on the right column. We're going to use a Bootstrap component called the card component that will help format our text with a header and then a table in the body area of our card. So let's change out that in our code. Let's go over here and get rid of this image and then add the card component. So here we are with our two columns with two of the same images. The first column, we're going to keep this image. Second column, we're going to get rid of this and create a container with a div. Give it a class equals to card, so we can use the card component from Bootstrap. Close the caret on that tag. Come down here and close this new div container we've created. And let's add some content into there. Let's add an H2 header to have the header of our card. H2, put the content in, just announced, close our H2. And let's set up both a header and a body area of this card. So we're going to make this H2 the header area. So inside this H2 opening tag, we're going to come in right after the 2, give it a space, and put a class of card header. Card-header. Let's save that and look at our work. All right, so we have our card header up here right now. Notice when it gets to a certain break point, it goes and stacks like we want it to. So let's go ahead and add the other content under there. Let's add the table of the body text. So let's do this. Let's go back into our text editor, and under this H2, but before the closing of the card container, let's go ahead and create a body area. We're going to create something called a container with div class equals card body dash body, close the quotes, put your closing caret in, close this container. Let's put our HTML comment after this. So let's put exclamation point dash dash, and then we can put in there / dot card dash body dash dash. And let's clean it up. We didn't do a comment after we did the card header, so let's go ahead and do that one as well. Let's come in here after stating the card container and go with a comment. card/dash.card. All right, we need to put something in this card body area. Instead of typing it all, they've given us this content in a table from our publisher. So let's, inside of Sublime Text, go ahead and get that. Go to File, Open. We'll go to our Bootstrap Starter folder, go inside the snippets, and let's open table.html. If you see everything in there, it's table.html. And we want to copy all of this. We're going to put this inside the card body. So we're going to select and highlight everything. Edit, copy. Go back to your index. In between the opening div tag for card body and the closing tag for card body container, pop over there and do an edit paste. File save this. And let's go refresh it. So we have our card in here. Let's look at it with the developer tools and look at our breakpoints. So we're really wide at the extra large right here, and we should have it as a 9 size column on the left grid and a 3 on the right. So we get smaller. It goes to an 8 and 4. And then we go even smaller when we get under a 992. It should stack for us. There it stacks. All right, let's notice something. When it's really wide, you see how the just announced is not on one line. Let's put that on one line. We're going to use our main style sheet to restyle the size of this H2 font. So let's go back to our text editor. We're going to close the table thing we just opened because that was just to get the content from the snippets. Over on main, what we want to do is we want to style the H2 tag just announced so it's a little bit smaller. So let's go to our main CSS and write H2. This declares for any H2 tag. We're going to go in here and put your curly braces in. Write your declaration. We're just going to font size, font dash size, colon, and we're going to use rims for a variable size. So when the page scales, the size of the font will scale with it. We're going to use 1.7 responsive EMs. That's rims. Save that. Let's look at our index. The reason that's going to work is because remember when we stacked our two style sheets, we have the Bootstrap framework up here. And under that, we have our main.css, which we just did a customized style in that will override the size of the H2 and the native Bootstrap framework size. So make sure we save that. Refresh. Notice how that H2 got a little smaller at the largest, or the actual extra large viewport, so it now fits on one line. So we scale it. It goes to an 8.4, and then it goes under 992 pixels. It goes to a stacked 2-column setup.